Israeli News Live. Earlier today, a volcano in eastern part of Russia exploded, shooting ash up to 6 kilometers up into the atmosphere, reported by the Moscow Times. The volcano actually began early Sunday erupting, but today it ignited much higher, about 5 o'clock this afternoon. According to the article, it says that the Kamchataka has begun erupting, spewing ash up to 6 kilometers into the air. The regional branch of the Emergency Situations Ministry said Monday the nearly 5,000 meter high volcano Kalushvisky volcano has been assigned a yellow threat level for aviation safety, which means its eruption does not pose a threat to planes flying over the area. The ministry said in an online statement, travel agencies have been advised against conducting tours in the vicinity of the volcano. The residents of nearby areas have also been urged to stay indoor, keep all windows and doors closed as well. We'll keep you up to date as we find out more from Russian news agencies on this volcano and the actions that it has there. And further news in Israel, the Likud party has stepped out with fists swinging as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has taken the helm of the Likud party and is vowing to come up with a new bill that he will introduce within the first 100 days of his inauguration. This is reported in Israel's national news, Erupts today. And very interesting article indeed. The Prime Minister is saying that the bill that he will introduce is to limit the small rogue parties per se coming in to cause a disruption there during the 4-year term that a Prime Minister would have, basically limiting it down to 2 different parties, the Labour Party and the Likud Party. And it's kind of interesting because it was Moshe Feiglin who actually recently left the Likud party and has started another small party himself. Of course, Israel's politics has been plagued with this for a number of years now, where a bunch of small parties have been building. Much like, though, the United States, the Prime Minister is wanting to see 2 major parties basically duke it out in the elections there. One of the statements here he makes is Israel's democracy is crumbling into small, mediocre parties, none of which can really lead the country. The problem has worsened to the point that the current coalition just fell apart because the ruling party was not big enough, the Prime Minister explained. However, the new law he is planning will make it significantly harder to break apart the government midterm, ensuring the Prime Minister a stable 4 years. He also went on to slam the left wing and stated here they continued by criticizing the left for their mistakes time and time again, he stated, and offering a pledge not to make any territorial concessions to the Palestinians that would harm Israel's security. He stated leftists do not realize that even if we withdraw to the last centimeter, there are elements who want to wipe us out, Netanyahu thundered in his speech from Tel Aviv. Very interesting story indeed. Even more interesting, though, that I found today was the article written by Giulio Meotti, also published in Erupts' online newspaper. Giulio Meotti was writing an article. He states here in his writings, he's an Italian journalist that speaks on behalf of Israel. The Presbyterian Church USA is considering banning the word Israel from its prayers. That anti-Semitic resolution was meant to distinguish between the biblical terms that refer to the ancient land of Israel and the modern political state of Israel. It has happened before in his war against the Jews. Adolf Hitler instructed Christian theologians to rewrite the Bible in a bid to remove all mention of the Jews. Their barbaric spirit is living on in the Presbyterianolatry of these liberal Christians. You can actually read the rest of this article on our Facebook page. You go to Stephen Ben Danoon and then click on Israeli News Live. There you can see the article there, or go to our website, israelinewslive.org, and you can see the rest of this article by Giulio Meotti there. I'm Stephen Ben Danoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Shalom and good evening.